on a first name basis. This is good. Truly, well, coming tonight. I do like, no, maybe not all, but some musicians, you know, my fear is that I walk into an empty room. Mostly because that's happened a few times. But anyway, I'm gonna do some old stuff and some new stuff too. But just so that I know where I am, let me do something old. Hopefully I'll remember. It's an old Birdsong morning too. kind of about that sort of psychic connection. By the way, is everything coming through the house? Oh yeah. Okay, well that riddle is solved, no problem. Back to where I was. This is like that psychic connection that two people can have where even though they may not be in close proximity, they seem to be vaguely aware. It's also about, dying. Okay. You'll know the title is because I'll say it several times. If you don't He was leading a chamber ensemble of some sort, and the article quoted him as they were doing the rehearsal, and if you do it, he said, "Okay, yes, very good, but let's try it once again. This time softly, like an amen." It was like, little, if you're a songwriter, you're like, there's something worth stealing. But I never figured out where it landed until that song. So I was like, what if? There you go. All right, this next one is another slow song, because if you came for Rocktober, you came to the wrong place. But this one's inspired, though it's not trying to tell the same story, but inspired by the sort of dynamic at play in the film The Master, if you all know your Paul Thomas Anderson catalog. Come on, Aaron Copland, Paul T. Okay, anyway. I highly recommend it, though. It's not as flashy as Boogie Nights or There Will Be Blood, but nonetheless, equally good. Or you can just, any kind of a dysfunctional dynamic between two people, and you might put yourself in that headspace. Also, it's an ode to arson. This is how the story ends. It's kinda useless to pretend. And in this whole wide world of sin, you were my friend. I heard you come from out of town, shivering with eyes cast down. Lift your head, look around, not head down. That's the company I keep, and as you sow, so shall you reap. While the ashes 6 feet deep, and no one weeps. Fire like a murderous friend. Fire like a murderous friend. With my heart I hold a gun, aiming straight at everyone, seeking out a friend to shun, just for fun. You have stolen all I earned, and all I offer you I've spent. So when it comes, I'll take my turn to watch it burn. Fire like a murderous friend. Fire like a murderous friend. There's an angel on the stairs with a long flowing hair. Rosalinda, she is my prayer, but she's not there. There are habits you can't break, evil urges you can't shake, an opportunity to take, for heaven's sake. Fire like a murderous friend. Fire like a murderous friend. Fire these frozen blues. There comes a time you got to choose. You can't refuse. It occurred to me, this next song I'm going to play, I don't want to call him out and embarrass him, but somebody was having a conversation with me a couple of days ago about automatons. I can't see, so I don't know if you heard. But anyway, the reason is that this song is the first legit video that I've ever made as part of Birdsong and Unearthed, and we made it 10 years ago. And this guy, I don't think he's in town anymore, but there was a guy in Lowell who he did like really high-end clock repair. Like people from across the world would send him certain clocks because he was really good at repairing them. And then for an art project, he made his own automatons. So I had seen some of that stuff, and I reached out to him and said, is there any way we could use any of your stuff? And he was so nice. He's like, sure, why don't you come up to my workshop and you can do your video and see clock parts and automatons? And we said, yes, please. And so we filmed this video there, and I'm still always grateful and also appreciative that, I didn't know all that many people in Lowell when I moved to downtown a dozen years ago. And so you just stumble on really great artists and great writers and thinkers and musicians. And so this was like a happenstance thing that it turned out it was perfectly suited for what I needed. It was great to get to work with him. And if you watch Hugo, the Martin Scorsese film about the Troubles book set in early Paris, he's one of the talking heads in the making of bonus features, lecturing on the history of automatons. So there, that has nothing to do with the song, but right. Let's see, here we go. This one's, it's got a name.
Never to fall.
I mean, it's been hanging out in the concert hall for many years now, but every once in a while it gets rolled out when I'm on stage for whatever reason, and I'm like, ah, my rug. This shouldn't be so possessive. I'm glad that it has a home here. relationship, except that I was always nagging her about the state of the concert hall. So she would see me coming out. I know. But anyway, they asked me if maybe I would play a song for the dedication bit, and I thought, yeah, wow, what a nice honor. I would love to do that. Let me write something new for it, which is not a good idea because, the days are coming up and like 3 days away from it, I'm like, okay, I got like a half-finished song here. This is not good. I was in Florida a few days before. I was trying to write it on a plane. Anyway, I performed it in the concert hall, and there were like 7 pages of lyrics that I just scrawled and rewritten, and it was a disaster. I got through it. I made one little mistake. I was shocked, but anyway, we'll see if I have any better recollection of it tonight. But it's called Just Like Water. In these days of ever-fading plans, toss the coin, it never ever ends. I'm holding on to ever-shifting sands that slide through my hands, just like water. Judgment days, confessions and alibis, a fall from grace, broken and paralyzed. I hide my face from the mirror of your eye, reflecting the light, just like water. I'll make my escape. Grieving, changing my shape, just like one of these days, I'll learn how to begin to leave the earth and let my heart ascend like a white-winged bird is lifted by the winds, blessed and cleansed, just like water. Just like water. acoustic guitar. So therefore, it's been one of these. I don't know if y'all can do it, but either rubbing your hands together or just on cloth of some sort. And we kind of just get a rhythm. Like imagine a shaker. We're going to do a little bossa nova. A little slower. Say what you will, or maybe you're keeping your secrets to yourself. I know that you've come. That's not really good. It's like, wow, something really, really thin. Whoa, much more rock and roll. Okay, keep up your phone.
Suddenly I'm here.
You know, I dreamed that maybe that would work. And then I thought, oh, it could really not work. But you all took it to a whole other level. It was really awesome. So, go you know. Yeah. All right. Yes! Let's see. Yeah. So this is a song that I wrote, about 8.5, 9 years ago. If you know kind of what time of history that might have been. And I thought for sure, well actually, when I wrote it, I wasn't sure we would see much more in a day or two. But I am surprised that this song has actually gained in relevancy. I guess that's good news for my song. I'm not sure it's such good news for the rest of the song. But, and you may have noticed if you're a guitar player, where I don't really play normal guitar stuff, but this is in standard tuning, chords and everything. So I've got an acoustic guitar, I pick in my hand, and standard chords. So now it's kind of like the folky, the folk strum. My ex-wife hated the folk music strum, the passion. But I'm going to do it maybe just to spite her, right? Take that, Carol. Listen, dark times are upon us. The weakest among us have something to fear, and it won't go away. It goes by the minute, it howls in the distance and breathes in your ear. Listen, strong winds are blowing. I feel without knowing that this won't end well, and it won't go away. The ominous silence, the rumors of violence, look out for the lightning on the horizon. The storm is coming, take cover with I see the light that guide us. Take hold of my hand now and don't let it go. Now, tell all your neighbors to draw down the shades and to dim all the lights till the night falls away. And daylight returns as we fall to the dirt with our eyes on the lightning on the horizon. The storm is coming, take cover with I see the light that guide us. Take hold of my hand now and don't let it go. Watch out, be mindful of danger. Candy from strangers, the poison tastes sweet, it will lead you astray. Beyond grace and reason, between truth and treason, beware of the lightning on the horizon. The storm is raging, take shelter with I see the light that guide us. Take hold of my hand now and don't fear the lightning on the horizon. The storm is breaking, take comfort with I see the light that guide us. The thread that unites us, I won't let it go. She has like a voodoo doll guitar and it's probably breaking strings. She's probably waiting to, right? If we break a string tonight, we know why, Carol. You're out there, actually, you're not. Also. Anyway, so I wrote the song on just the top 4 strings of the guitar, and it was kind of fun. Wow. What can I do with just 4 strings? So what I came up with. boiled in tears. This wicked clock with frozen hands and lie there, laughing every minute, every hour, every year, slipping gears. It's somewhere there's a train, it ain't stopping, it ain't stopping. It's somewhere there's a train, it ain't stopping, it ain't stopping for no one. Here I am, staring out this dirty window, watching shadows, tracing patterns on the glass. Just waiting around, hoping for some nameless stranger, for some danger, or an answer for romance. Not a chance, but somewhere there's a train, it ain't stopping, it ain't stopping. thank you for saving my several lives. I'm going to do one more. And again, really, thanks for coming out and getting your recital credits. Always get a head start. And this is a song, it's interesting, I was in my office before the show tonight, and the sun was just finally completely set. And the sky had gone from that sort of pinkish, orangish, maroonish purple to that deeper blue thing. And it really reminded me of the night I shot the album cover for this record, which, like a lot of things, I did it all myself. So I got a stupid little iPhone on a stand in the middle of a field in Carlisle, because it was a really cool tree. But then I had to, set it. Well, I know I did set the auto timer. I had a remote control, and I had to sort of pretend I was digging with a shovel, but the remote control was actually, if you really zoom in, you'll see it in my hand. But there was a really cool, just the way the sky looked. I got really lucky with the shot. So anyway, I felt I could do that. That song is older than many of the people in the room. Because I was in a band, with Carol, and Carol. And we, she and I broke up, and then the band broke up like a year later, so, yeah. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do an album of my stuff, because they'll never let me do my stuff. So then I did an album of my stuff, and then I knew why they didn't let me do my stuff. Actually, my stuff was okay, it turned out. But I did this whole record. I pressed it, CDs, like 1,000 CDs. And, I went to South by Southwest because I thought, this is how you become a rock star. Someone's going to discover me. And I got my CD in one of the little workshops, and they played it, and they did not love it. So I quietly put all 999 remaining copies away. I still have them. It was the soul killing moment where, okay, that's it. Wow, I've wasted all my time and money on music no one wants to hear, including me, and I should just give up. Which I did for a while. Then I started teaching, and I'd given up, right? But being in a building with so many creative people, then I just was jealous. It wasn't actually restarting, but it was like, guys, all your new songs, and your fancy music, and I'm gonna make it to a test or something. But eventually, I started making music. I thought, some of the songs on that record aren't so bad. What I need to do is re-sing them, because I sang them. Oh, here's the problem. The band I was in with Carol, she sang most of the leads, and I sang most of the harmony, which meant that she had a lot of consonants and diction and clarity. And in order for us to so that we never clashed, right? When I sang my leads, I forgot to add the consonants. I re-recorded the vocals 25 years after I first recorded the record, remixed it, put it out. It's called Evidence Unearthed, and this was theoretically the song on it. It's called Anniston. Thank you all for coming tonight. blistered hands that would not heal. Muttering a curse with every breath. Pushing on until there's nothing left. Nothing left but broken flesh and bone. Buried in the dirt of Anniston. Back in the day, we used to have the Music Business Club at the time. The pre-76 version of things was called MISA. And one year, the officers of that club all happened to be women. And they said, you know what we should do is start a whole concert that celebrates women in rock, the mothers of rock show. And they did this thing completely on their own. And it was a phenomenal show. What was lovely about it was everybody came. And it wasn't just women on stage, you know, there were other folks invited to be there, but it was to celebrate the music of other women. So if they had been big singers or written these great songs, anybody is welcome to join. So I saw the show from the audience first time out, and it was awesome. So then the second year, they thought, we should do it again. And it basically became a thing. We did it, I think there were maybe 10 or 11 at the time. And I'll put my way into them after the first one. So I always acted have made you audition. So I auditioned. You know, like they're going to say no. They could have. They probably should have. But they did. They let me in. And I decided to do a song, and the audition was here, which is why I'm thinking of it. I was thinking about the mothers of rock. So some of you all have either learned or will soon learn the Leonard Cohen song Hallelujah. I think the version you learn it from is Rufus Wainwright's version. I could be wrong. So I was thinking about Rufus Wainwright, and you know, his mother is a mother of rock, therefore, and his mother, Kate McGarrigle, wrote a great song, wrote many great songs. But she wrote a song that I first learned off she and her sister, Kate and Anna McGarrigle. Oh yeah, it was at Carol's house. So you get old and things just start falling in on themselves. Anyway, but she got this Kate and Anna McGarrigle record, and I put it on, and it was like, yeah, this feels very mid-70s folky. But then the song came on, and I thought, how is that possible to play on guitar? And so I finally got the courage to learn to play it, and realized maybe I could even sing it. So we'll give it a shot. It's called Go Leave. Thanks again.